Hey friends, welcome to day 4 of the 12 Weeks of Success workshop. I'm Melissa Batt, the founder of the Real Talk Tribe community, a Christian life and business coach, and today we're talking all about goal setting again. Super excited to be here with you. If you are here, definitely say hi. Let me know that you are here. I feel like I'm almost on time. I've had 2 phone calls since noon. And so it's just important I got to go. But if you pray for my grandma, because my grandma fell and is now in the hospital. And again, what do we talk about? The resistance. The resistance comes. I don't tell you that to scare you, but to prepare you. I've talked about that before. I think that was in day 2. So go check that out. Every day is different. So I strongly recommend you go check it out and do what you can to continue moving forward. Let me get my emotional support water bottle. So anyways, my grandma fell this morning and hit her head and did something to her spine maybe, but she's okay. But they're keeping her because she is low on some things, like she's basically dehydrated. If you don't know that story, my grandma had cancer and she had to have a laryngectomy, maybe. My sister is the one that knows all the terms, but basically she has no voice box. She can't talk. And she has a feeding tube. She can eat regular food, but the radiation basically burned up her esophagus. So the hole is that big. You can barely see it. That's the point. So anyways, she can eat some food, but she's not really hungry. She's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, anyway, I'm not going to get into it now, but she needs to be getting more from her feeding tube. And I don't think that that's her favorite way because it leaks. And there's no way of getting that fixed either. Anyways, it's a complicated story, but they're keeping her overnight to make sure she has nutrients. So while she did fall, and that wasn't good, at least now she is going to be getting the nutrients that she needs and getting, I think her sodium is low and something else. I am no doctor nor nurse. And if anyone in my family gets hurt, I'm not the person they come to unless they want me to tell them a joke. I can tell them a joke and make them laugh and pray for them. That's about it. So anyways, if you're here, tell me you're here, say hi, and let me know where you're from and what the weather is like where you are at, because we are having these ups and downs. Last week, it was freezing. This week, I'm in a t-shirt. Hallelujah. So, let's move on. Okay. Listen. Okay. So yesterday was so busy for me that after the workshop, I did some homeschooling things and it was a whirlwind. And then we had a trunk or treat. You guys remember that this month inside the Real Talk Tribe community, it's all about having fun, because sometimes when life hits us, we forget what it's like to actually have fun and enjoy life. And so if you are, I don't care if you are someone that has fun or doesn't have fun. I want you to use this challenge. We have a few days left. Let's do this, okay? So I participated in the trunk or treat. I'm going to share a photo. I learned so much, and I'll share that again later because it's not really applicable to this, but well, maybe it is. I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. This is going to be fun because this is what appears to be fun, right? But sometimes what appears to be fun isn't really fun, but you don't know until you get started, right? And so decorating the trunk was the most stressful thing. I went through other stressful things, let me be clear, but that did not bring me joy. I was not showing the light of Jesus while I was decorating my trunk. It made me feel super insecure and I was super uncomfortable. I was super stressed out. I'm pretty sure it made my blood pressure go up. Like, it was not fun. But handing out candy and wearing a costume, that actually was fun. And normally I would not do that. I'm like, no. But, anyways, let's move on. All right, we have Wendy in the house, Jennifer in the house, Mion in this house. Super excited. And 70s in Vermont, but you live in New York. So I'm not quite sure if it's the 70s in Vermont or New York, but the weather is crazy. That is for sure. All right, we're going to do a little bit of a review because sometimes we need to hear things more than once. And I actually have the full document that I was trying to print yesterday. And I was like, some of it's missing. What's going on? Okay, so this goal setting, the 12 weeks to success goal setting strategy. Okay, what's different about this approach to goal setting? It's a complete system, like the full system. It isn't just about identifying where you want to go and setting a date. It covers those things, absolutely, but it's also about creating tactical steps to walk out a plan, one baby step at a time with accountability, okay? And so in the system, you're going to get 4 things. A SMART goal that's easy to track with specific dates and like a SMART goal, right? Do you know what a SMART goal is? Specific, measurable. I'm trying to think of what the others are. I can't think of them off the top of my head. My brain. I'll come back to that. If any of you guys remember what a SMART goal is, put it in the comments. But I know a specific, measurable, or those are the S and M. A specific time frame, I'm assuming, or I can't remember what the A and R is. My brain is like mush today. Probably from all the talking I did during the trunk or treat, because seriously, I'm an introvert and I loved it. I could have done it for 4 more hours, but today I'm exhausted. You're going to be able to identify the critical and tactical steps daily and weekly to help you move forward and create a roadmap. You're literally getting a roadmap. That is what I want to help you do. Create a roadmap. So it's like, okay, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm at. Let's make some steps to get there. Okay. And so I've been in Messenger chatting with some people. So I'm going to share one of those examples now. So she wants to, her long-term goal is to be a motivational speaker. And so it's like, okay, well, if you want to be a motivational speaker, like what can you start doing now? Right? So many times, and this is big, especially if you're a believer. The enemy wants you to be silent. The enemy wants to rob you of sharing your voice, and you can't let him win. One of the things I'm super passionate about is helping you find your voice. So many times the enemy has silenced you and kept you from sharing either depression or anxiety or just feeling like it's not going to matter. It's not purposeful, or, like we talked about, I think yesterday, like you don't want the poor me. All of these different things, or like, oh, I'm the only one struggling with this. No, the enemy wants to silence you. God wants to use your story to impact others and use it for good. He wants you to be able to use it for good. He will use it for good. And so I just want to tell you, like, I'm super passionate about helping you find your voice. And if you want to be a motivational speaker, it starts with like, where are you right now? What can you start doing? I would start doing Facebook Lives. That's a very easy thing. I say easy, but I know it's not easy. Like in the beginning, it's terrifying, but like you've got to start sharing your voice. How can you do that? If you want to be a motivational speaker, you got to start talking about it. You got to start telling your story. You've got to, maybe you just want to start, like when I decided, because this is something that I'm passionate about doing as well. I set a goal to be on so many stages. and stages can look like different things. So, Facebook parties, if you're in direct sales, like that can be a stage. I wanted to go into the high school. This was in 2020 and the whole world shut down. So I didn't get very far with this part, but I wanted to go into high schools and speak. Like look for MOPS groups, churches, women's groups who are just looking for someone to come and talk to them. Craft your message. Know your message. Practice it. Practice it. Practice it. And know who your audience is. You aren't going to have it all figured out immediately. As you go, it's going to get better and better and better. I keep forgetting. I'm wanting to turn these into podcast episodes, and I keep forgetting to bring the microphone closer. So I want you to know that you just got to start. So if you want to be a motivational speaker, what's something you can do right now? Do you know how to use social media? You start talking about it. You decide like, what is your message? Crafting your story and start telling it. You aren't going to get clarity until you start moving forward. You have to act in faith and just be obedient. God is not like, when I started, it was so foggy and it was like walking in clouds. Like I could not see anything. It was like walking in the dark. Okay. And I could barely see my hand in front of me, but I knew that I had to do something. And so I started with what I knew, and every single decision that I made to move forward helped me have more clarity, more clarity, more clarity. Where I am today is nowhere close to where I was when I started. It is a process. So if it's a process, that means like it's going to get better. You got to do it messy. You got to do it messy, girl. Okay. So, peer support to talk it through. This is if you participate in the Breakthrough Challenge. The last version I did offer a free version. It did not go as well for those who did free. So this time, like $47 gets you into the Breakthrough Challenge. Okay. $47. Can you have a yard sale? Can you sell something on Marketplace? Like, look at what you can do. If you have to borrow the money, find $47. $47, okay? $47. Find a way. Sell something. Go donate plasma if you have to. Just do something to come up with $47, okay? Ask for an early Christmas gift. Go through your closet. I'm trying to think of like some other ways. Some of you guys like tell me like, what is it you can do to come up with $47? Because first of all, there is power when you put money where your mouth is, right? Like if you're talking about it and you want to do it, putting money to it means like you're believing in yourself. And a lot of people, once they put money to it, then it's like, okay, well, I better do this because I just spent money on it, right? And so I want to tell you, like, I know some of you guys will be like, there's no way I can do it. And in that case, one of your number one goals needs to be to figure out where to come. Like, if you have a dream and you have a goal that's big, like motivational speaking, creating a nonprofit, you need somebody to be walking with you. You cannot do this alone. I mean, I guess you can, but it's going to be messier. It's going to take longer, and it's going to cost you a lot more money in the long run because you're going to be making a ton of mistakes. And so while, yes, working with someone, you're still going to make some mistakes, but you're not going to make as many mistakes, and you're going to get there a whole lot faster. Trust me on this, okay? Been there, done that. You need someone to link arms with you and help you. And so if you're like, I can't afford $47, your number one goal needs to be to figure out how to make more money. How can you make more money? And if you need to, like look for a side gig, like look at what your strengths are, that like I can help you monetize anything. Start like direct sales is a great way to do it. Network marketing. You have a Cricut, start making some things on your Cricut, like whatever it is. And then if you're like, well, I don't have time, that's a goal. Set a goal. then you need to figure out what's important and what's not important. Eliminate some things. I'm on fire today, guys. I don't know if you hear it, but I feel it. You need to look at some things you can eliminate, because your priority, like, first of all, if God is calling you to be a motivational speaker and you're not doing anything to work and walk that out, that's disobedience, friend. That's disobedience. And so while the timing might not be like right this second, I want you to know that there are things that you can be doing now to prepare you and like get you one step closer. So again, creating, I want you to know that I'm circling back. I'm going backwards for a minute. If you don't have time to make money, and if you don't have the money, you need to figure out a way to make money. That should be your goal. That is taking a step in obedience. If you don't have time to make extra money, then setting a goal for that is obedience. And so setting a goal to do something to move you forward, like, that's obedience. It doesn't have to look like, like today, changing your Facebook profile and starting a business page and saying, I'm a motivational speaker. But you can do something today that's going to help you move forward in that. Starting to circle the wagon, which, if you haven't heard that term yet, go back. I think I talk about it a lot in day 2. Start circling the wagon. What are some of those things? And now I'm going to move forward because I'm about to hit that. If you aren't yet convinced to try this process, I'm telling you, it works. Just borrow my belief in it and the stories of those who have participated in the past, because I'm telling you, it works. So back to goal setting. How do you determine your goal? Because listen, by tomorrow, I want you to have a goal. Whether you participate fully in the Breakthrough Challenge and pay the minimum of $47 to be a part of it, or you were like, okay, I'm doing this on my own, I'm going to try to do this. I want you to do this regardless, but I really want you to be able to partner with me for the minimum of $47. If you can do platinum, even better, but minimum $47 gets you in. Okay. So, I want you to have that goal. And so goals aren't going to work if you pick one out of the sky or share it with your BFF. You have to take the time and allow it to be aligned with your vision. Vision is where it starts. And so many times we think about the physical part of it, but we don't take the time to do the mental part of it. And so it doesn't stick. There is this exercise that I do, and it annoys a lot of people, but when I'm working with you one-on-one and you ask me something, like if you're in direct sales, a lot of times I hear, I want to rank up. I want to promote. Okay, I'm going to ask you why. Why do you want to promote? You say something. It's called the 5 whys. Why? Like, you want to keep asking yourself why to go further and further and further until you get to the point where it's like kind of hits you in the heart, right? That is the 5 why exercise. And so always asking yourself why, that's going to help you get to the vision. You must take the time to think about where you want to go. All right, so now I want to, and I know I talked about this, but I'm just kind of doing a little bit of review. Look at your life through a holistic approach, okay? I want you to think about the following categories and really rate it to see like how you feel you measure compared to where you believe you're supposed to be going. So example, you want a strong marriage? We're going to rate that marriage now. Okay. So here are the categories. If someone wants to write this in the comments, that would be great, because I think it'll help people, because I'm going to say this really, really fast. All right. Physical health. Listen, if you want to live till you're 90, you got to start prioritizing your health, because you ain't going to live till you're 90 if you're not taking care of yourself. I mean, you can, it's possible, but why not set a goal to do that? This is one area when I started circling the wagon, that word that God gave me, circle the wagon, really came from like, I am called to break some generational curses in my family and help women, specifically those who come from trauma, to break the chains off and to live free and to create an impact. And that vision is so strong that I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be doing this, I need to live a little longer, right? Like I can't die next month of a heart attack, right? And so I had to start prioritizing my health, taking care of myself, because number one, the enemy is going to use my health to like if that's a crack, and we talked about the cracks, like if that's a crack and I'm not taking care of myself, hello, high blood pressure, currently struggling with it. Let's see, no energy, right? Depression, anxiety, and some of those things I may never, like, God may never completely take that away from me. I believe he can, but if he don't, there are things that I can do to cope with it, like coping mechanisms and just taking care of myself and growing in my relationship with God to realize like, okay, when I am getting anxious, it's probably has to do with my lack of control. And so trusting him in that, like there are things that I can do to help in that. And those are the things that are going to be setting me back when it comes to talking to women and helping them. It's hard to get into the trenches of women when you're struggling in yourself with all of the things, right? Now, some of those things, yes, they're still happening to me, but I'm in a way better place now because I am prioritizing my health. I went to the doctor and realized I'm going to need some medication for a while. I'm drinking the water. I'm trying to eat better. Trying to eliminate sugar so that it helps my brain have more clarity and less fogginess and all of that stuff. So physical health is one of them. Someone put that in the comments. Spiritual, financial, career, business, professional, relationships, and personal. Okay, I'm going to say them one more time. I don't see them in the comments yet, but I'm hoping one of you guys are going to put that in the comments for me. Are y'all multitasking here? Physical health, spiritual, financial, career, business, professional. That's kind of all one category. Relationships and personal. Okay. So if those are the categories, you want to think about like your vision and where you want to go, like, or even if you don't have the vision and you have no idea what you want to do or where you want to go. I mean, you can look at this and be like, okay, financial. Are you where you want to be? Are you stressing about paying your bills? If that is a problem for you, you are probably not at a 10. And you can go like 0 out of 5, 1 out of 10. That part doesn't matter. I just want you to rate on a scale so that you know how you're doing on that. If your relationships with like your spouse or your kids or your friends or lack of friends is a 2, that means you have some work to do. Like define that, like which relationships do you need to work on? Because if you want to be married forever, you might want to prioritize that because it is not going to happen without some intention, or it will happen, but you ain't going to be happy. Can I get an amen? All right. So those are the areas. So if you haven't yet quite figured out what the goal is, looking at those and kind of doing an audit and asking yourself, like, where am I in these areas? You're not going to be able to create a goal for every single one of those for the next 12 weeks. But you can look at those and be like, which ones are the most out of whack and what can I really focus on during the next 12 weeks? The beauty of the 12 weeks is that for the 12 weeks, you can't, like, you know what's going on the next 12 weeks. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have winter break, we have bad weather, depending on where you live. Like, there are different things that you can do. So you may not want to like paint the outside of your house for this next 12 weeks if you live where it's cold and that's impossible. You know what I'm saying? That's a very generic example, but I think you know where I'm going with that. All right, so what can you do now between now and mid-January to start living out the life that you crave? If you want peace, you need to look at those categories and ask yourself, like, what's going to bring me peace? Look for the low-hanging fruit. I talked about this yesterday. What's the easiest to pick so that you can get a win? And then some of these, like maybe like when it comes to relationships, if that is an area that you're wanting to focus on, you look at the relationships and be like, okay, marriage, kids, your personal relationships with friends. So you could create a goal. I love having one of the goals for everyone I work with. Like I almost always am like, you need to have fun. Like what are you doing to grow those relationships and be intentional? Because most of the people I work with are overachievers, and that's the first thing that's going to go, because it doesn't seem well, like with your spouse and your kids, depending on the age of your kids, like if they're not coming to you, like nagging you for something, sometimes it's easy to just like, they're there, right? Your husband, he's there. And sometimes that's like, okay, well, we're good. It's just really easy for those areas and those key important relationships to become stale. And so I love setting goals with my coaching clients to say, okay, I want you to set a goal, even if it is, one date night for the 12 weeks, or like just to sit down and dream together with your spouse, or having a one-on-one time with each one of your kids at least once during the 12 weeks, or sitting down at the end of the day. Maybe it's to have dinner together. This is an area where I used to be really good at it, and I'm not good at it right now because we have all of these different areas of our life. And, we have kids that work different shifts. We have sports things. Like it's really hard for us to all sit down together. So maybe that is your goal. It can be that simple. Overachievers are never underthinkers. Get them, girls. Yes, that's really good. I like that. Okay, so do you want to circle the wagon? What will help you protect your main priorities? My podcast that I think all 5 episodes are going to be officially ready. I didn't want to hit launch until I have the first 5 episodes. I'm pretty sure it's going to be done by today. And so it's coming before November 1st. So super excited. But the name of the podcast is Priorities on Purpose, because those are the first things we neglect. Can I get an amen? We don't do it on purpose, obviously, but because we're not living on purpose, they're the first things we neglect. And I don't want that for you. So I also want you to remember baby steps. What seems the most doable? The goal isn't about making this hard. As overachievers, or those people that, and you might be like, I'm not an overachiever. Listen, you can be an overachiever and doing nothing right now, because that's what we do. As an overachiever, or the person who like just dreams really, really big, and you have these like really big goals, well, because they're so big, it can sometimes paralyze us, or trauma has gotten in the way, or life of all the things gets in the way. And then we become paralyzed and we do absolutely nothing. And we don't feel like an overachiever because we're not achieving anything. But that doesn't mean you're not an overachiever. You're an overachiever who is stuck. Let that sink in. Okay. So again, it's not about making it super hard. It's not about that go big or go home. It's about one step closer to where you want to go. Like, what can you do? And then setting that goal, and then creating baby steps for the next 12 weeks to help you get there. So some ideas would be, these are the big ideas. So then you would have to take these ideas and break them down into smaller ones. Things to like help you get out of debt, healthier marriage, feel better in your own skin. I think those are all things that are like, you can create a goal based around those broader topics. Okay. So now I want to tell you one other thing that came out of a message I had in Messenger. And this is a great call out. I have definitely recognized this myself. It's something that I know God had told me. And so I'm going to share with you because I don't think I've shared it yet in this, this workshop. And it is very, very important. And that is to protect the vision. You want to protect the vision. What does protect the vision mean? It means that once you've been dreaming, and if sometimes we learn from our mistakes, and this person that had messaged me, she learned this the hard way. She shared her vision with someone that she was really excited to share it with. And they're like dream stompers. They don't mean it. They don't do it on purpose, but they're dream stompers. Like sometimes they do it with good intentions. Like they want to protect you. And so my mom is probably somewhat like this. She's always questioning me like, exactly why are you doing this? And does it make you money? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And she doesn't mean it in a bad way. She just knows that I'm stressed a lot. And sometimes I bite off more than I can chew, like the trunk or treat. She would be like, why are you doing this? That doesn't even make sense. Like you have so much on your plate. Why are you taking on something else? And, sometimes she ain't wrong. But she's not doing it because doesn't believe I can do it. She's trying to protect me. But there are some people out there that literally they don't want you to succeed, and they will sabotage your progress because they aren't happy in where they're at. First of all, you don't need people like that in your life. And so create some boundaries there. But all of this to say, you want to protect the dream, protect the vision, I think it was 2004. That's when I really I can't even describe it. And I talk about it now. This was 2004. It's now 2022 and I'm talking about it, but I did not talk about it for a really long time. And it's because I felt like I was to protect it. It wasn't time to talk about it. And so you can only trust a small amount of people with your dream. That's basically what I'm saying, because there will be people who will come to put you down, discourage you from doing it. Some of them for good intentions, some of it's ill intent. Just protect it and keep it close. Know who you can trust and be very discerning in who you share it with. Okay. So wanted to share that. Now I want to, let's see here. I'm going to go into Messenger because some of you guys have been messaging me. But I also want you, you guys talk to me. Do you know what your goal is? Do I need to continue doing that? Because I seriously want you to set a goal by tomorrow so you can start working on those action steps. The action steps is something that you're not going to have all the action steps figured out right away, but I want you to at least have the first 2 weeks. And one of the things that I teach is to you have 12 weeks and hold on, let me see if I can find it. My desk is a mess because kids have been doing schoolwork out here. Let's see here. Where is it at? Hold on. I wanted to have the worksheets. Darn it. Where's it at? It's here somewhere. Hold on. It's definitely time to clean my office though, because there's just worksheets everywhere. And then my kid came out here and printed all these Batman things, and I didn't have time to clean it up before today. I wanted to show you the actual Hold on. There's probably an old one in this section. You're going to be thankful that you're waiting on me. Go on and put comments in there. Let me know what you're thinking while I'm looking for this. Sorry it's taking me so long. Well, that'll be helpful. Where in the world is it? Do not laugh. Look, these are all masterclass notes that I keep here in case I need to go back to it. Okay, so that's so... I'm going to get done with this live and it's going to be like right there. Right in front of me. Okay, well, this is like the super, super old one that has not been revamped, okay? I apologize. That's going to drive me nuts because I'm like, I don't know where it is. Okay, so you're going to get a sheet. This is like this is the old version. But you're going to get a sheet that just says goal and then it has weeks. And I actually changed this. So this one was for different goals. But what you're going to do is you're going to have a 12-week sheet. And with that 12-week sheet, it's like based off the goal. And so you're going to be able to say like week 1, this is the goal. These are the action steps. Let me clarify the action steps. Week 2, these are the action steps. Week 3, these are the action steps. These are the things I'm trying to do. And then you're going to grade it. Okay. So at the end of the week, you're going to look and be like, okay, how did I do based on this goal? Most of the time, what happens and why I think it's important that you don't focus on all the goals at once. You really want to look at, like, sometimes you're going to have one goal that you did a lot better with than another goal. And sometimes you're not going to have anything that week for that goal. Like if your goal is to have more fun, I mean, granted, it would be nice if you were having fun every day, but it's okay if you don't feel like you're having fun every day. I mean, come on now, especially if you aren't having any fun at all and you're just trying to have fun, you may not have something every single day. So that week, you may not have anything there. That's okay. You don't have to have something in there every single week, but some of the, depending on your goal, there might be something in there that you're going to do. Like example, I'm going to talk. Okay, so we'll use Wendy's. She says decluttering is a goal this time. So I actually did one action step I plugged right in is helping the kids find homes for their new stuff the week they're home for Christmas. So that's a great goal. So if your goal is decluttering, this was actually one of mine. So like I did specific areas. So like week 1, I did like closets. And I tried to get, like depending on the week, sometimes I could do more than one closet. Sometimes it was just one, like the pantry. I did the pantry. So like week 1, I decluttered and reorganized my pantry. Week 2, the linen closet. Week 3, I love that part about finding a home. week 3. By the way, if decluttering is your goal, I have 2 amazing books that I highly recommend. I'll share that blog post because I put them in a blog post. That's how good they are. And I listen and read a ton of books. It is like a pep talk in your ear while you're decluttering and cleaning. It's amazing. And if you are someone, if anything I say, you're like, oh my gosh, she's me, you definitely need these 2 books because they're amazing. And I love it if you would do it on, where they listen to it and you just have it in your ear while you're doing it. Because it's the pep talk in your ear. Okay. So, anyways, like those kind of things. 1 week may be, your bathroom. Maybe 1 week is your dresser, or maybe you do your whole bedroom, but you know that you're only going to have 2 days to do it because you work and have a life and you have all these different things going on. And so maybe you do dresser drawers on Saturday and Sunday you do your closet, something like that. Some of your first 2 goals might be just like assessing, like, what is the priority? Can you get your entire house decluttered in 12 weeks? Maybe you can do it all in one weekend. Like I know one, what was it? Probably the end of 2020, I think. I knew that before January hit, I wanted my whole house decluttered. Did I get through every single thing? No, but I got through a whole lot of it just that weekend. And so like I literally did nothing. Like I blocked off and was like, we ain't doing nothing. This is what we're working on. And it was magical. It was so magical. And if your house is decluttered, please know that that does affect your brain. And it is part of your process of these big goals. Like it helps you think more clearly. Science backs it up. Like you have to get that stuff. You got to get rid of the clutter. I'm a great organizer. I swear, when your home is clean and organized, it changes your outlook on your life. I have to have a clean, organized home as a base of operation. Absolutely. I also love that you said a quiet move is a successful mood. Yes. Yes. You don't have to tell everyone what you're doing or what you're doing. Just do it. And then they'll be like, what have you been doing? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so what I like to do is you think about like what you want it to look like at the end of 12 weeks. Start there. And then after the 12 weeks, you are going to, so think about where you want to go. Sorry, I just got a phone call. At the 12-week mark. And then after the very first 2 weeks, think about where you need to be, like what's halfway. What can you do to be halfway? Unless it's like, some of them are big things. You want to write a book? You can write a book in 12 weeks. What are those steps that you're going to have to be doing to do that? Sometimes it's not going to be, it's going to be the same thing regularly, right? We talked about that yesterday, I think. But the other things, it may be like, okay, if I want to, this was one I did before I learned that jump roping was not good for my blood pressure and my high cortisol levels. I had a goal to jump rope for 30 minutes. Well, if I'm going to jump rope for 30 minutes, I first need to make it 5 minutes, right? And so I started and just did it as much as I could. And then I think, I don't even remember, like maybe 1 minute. It took me a while to do 1 minute, but I wanted to jump rope 5 times a day or 5 times a week. And then I broke it up. If I wanted to do 30 minutes by the end of the challenge, by week 6, I really needed to be doing 15 minutes, right? So thinking about that, if you want to write a devotional, like Tammy wrote a devotional the first 12 weeks. She knew what she had to determine. Part of it was like, well, what am I doing a devotional over? Those were parts of her plan. And then after that, it's like, okay, well, if it's going to be on this and it's going to be 12 days, I really need to have like 6 days done by week 6, right? And so kind of figuring that out is part of it. You have to reverse engineer a bit. All right. So if you have more goals that you know that you want to do, like I can help you talk that out. Tomorrow, that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to help you talk it out because again, I want you to have your goal, whether you do the breakthrough challenge officially and pay the $47 minimum to be a part of it and get access to everything and the group coaching. Like I want you to be set up for success regardless. But if you're not doing the group coaching, like I need you to have, I want you to succeed regardless of whether you're paying me. Okay. I hope you believe that because it's absolutely true. Okay. So where are we at? We need to talk about the breakthrough challenge. I talked about it yesterday. You can officially sign up now. If you go to 12 Weeks to Success, you can sign up. It's official. Someone want to put www.12weekstosuccess.com. I looked at it yesterday. It didn't have the like links and the buttons to pay. But it does now. It's still not super pretty. I saw one area where I need to change the color, but like those are details, right? Like, no, y'all don't care about that. Only I do. Also there's an area where I didn't really like some of the pictures. But again, sometimes you got to do it messy. All right. Let me be proof of that. You can do it messy and still move forward. And so, do you guys know yet? Like, where are you? Are you sure at this point that you want to do gold? Do you want to do platinum? Gold is $47. Platinum, I think, is $197. That gets you the Voxer access and accountability with me checking in with you every single week. And you're talking it out with me, voice memoing. Yes, that right there. You did it. 12 Weeks to Success. That should work. So you have the gold version, you have the platinum version. If you're a Success Lounge member and not currently one-on-one coaching with me, all you have to do is do the gold version, and you're going to get access. So you do not have to do the platinum version. If you are doing one-on-one coaching with me plus the Success Lounge, you automatically get the breakthrough challenge for free. So you don't have to pay for anything else. Okay. So then you can add on later if you want, or if you know now, like I want one-on-one coaching with you. There are limited spots for that because I only got so much time in a day, but I would love to offer that to you this time. I didn't do that last time. And I know, I mean, you ask those who are coaching with me one-on-one weekly, they will tell you like it is definitely worth the money. Figure out a way to do it if you can, but at minimum, do the $47, please. Do the $47 so you have access to the group coaching. And I see you. I look at you, and I can see where you're at. Are you making progress? That kind of thing inside the course and the program 12 Weeks to Success, the Breakthrough Challenge. Okay. So do you guys have any questions about the official Breakthrough Challenge? It starts next week. It starts on Monday. It goes for 12 weeks. And again, platinum, you're getting your weekly communication with me every single week. I'm going to be reaching out to you, but you also have access to reach out to me at any time. Now, granted, I'm not going to be able to do 30 minutes back and forth with you. You're going to need to do one-on-one coaching and add that on, but I will do my best when you're stuck to help you if you're at that platinum level. Group coaching, I haven't shared those dates yet. I will share them here as soon as I'm done because I haven't written them down yet. But once I do, they will most likely be at noon. And if you aren't available at noon for those group coaching sessions, there's a form where you fill out like, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to talk about. And I will absolutely talk about those things. I don't want the fact that you can't join live for the group coaching to hold you back. I know noon is not the best time for everyone, but because this is my business and that's what time I want to do it, like that's what time I'm doing it. I do not want to work evenings anymore. Like that's something that, in the past in direct sales, like I felt like I had to do every meeting at 9 p.m. at night. And because a lot of people work, and I get that. You got to work a full-time job, and 9 is like what time your kids go to bed, and then you can get on a call. Like I get that, but that is not the problem is I get so fired up. I'm then awake until 1 a.m. and that is not healthy for me in this season of my life. So that is why the calls are 11 or 12. Every once in a while, I do a 7 p.m. call. But most of the things that I do are going to be during the day, during that, like what I would consider lunch hour time for most people. Some of you guys on the West Coast, I'm sorry. It is kind of early for you maybe. But again, if you can't do the group coaching session live, there's a form you're going to fill out. You turn it in. I look over those. I will talk about those specific topics. And some of the things that I do in the group coaching is literally screen share. If you need to create an email list in a freebie, or I will go and look at the email that you're wanting to send out. If you are in direct sales and you're wanting to, really craft your brand, no longer on the company brand, but your personal brand, guess what? First of all, thank you. Thank you for doing that. That's what I teach. That's what you should be doing. But I will go in and look and be like, okay, well, this is some of the things that I would change. Or if you just want to be making more money in your direct sales business and you're trying to fine tune things to get better results, I will look in. You would not believe how many times just changing a caption will make a difference. Captions matter. Photos matter. Those are two mini masterclasses that I have done because they are so important. But I get into all that stuff with group coaching. It's based on you. So what you are struggling with, like if there's no one in the group coaching that is doing direct sales, then I'm not talking about direct sales. I'm talking about what you need me to talk about. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. If you already know you're in for gold, comment gold. If you already know you want platinum, comment platinum. If you know you want to add on the one-on-one coaching, go on and let me know that so I can go on and have a conversation with you, because those are limited spots. And I do want to be able to cater to you and what time works best for you for those one-on-one appointments. It's not going to be based on my time that's best for me. Obviously, I'm not going to do 11 p.m. at night, but I will try to accommodate you for those one-on-one coaching sessions. And again, it's one-on-one coaching, 30 minutes every single week. Every once in a while, if you can't get it, we might do, if it's best for you and you can't do 1 week, sometimes we need to take 1 hour of just really mapping something out. And so we will do the 1 hour and skip a week or whatever. So, I accommodate you and kind of cater to your needs and what is necessary. So again, gold, platinum, one-on-one coaching add-on, or you can add on just a one-time call to really help map out whether you're stuck. Those will probably be like maybe not right now. Or like just setting everything up. You want to do a 1 hour call where we're like, okay, I'll help you map out what you should be doing what week based on your goal and where you're at and what you know and all of that stuff. So those are the things that are available. Do we have any questions? Yes. Monday is when week number 1 starts, with the goal of having those first action steps done by November 6th. Yes. But I want you to start having an idea like now. The easier, like the more time we have to get that crafted, the better you're going to be. But it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Okay. You just have to start. I hope that helps. $47, y'all. I feel like one of those, what is it? The If you listen to K-Love radio, you know how they're, like when they're raising money, anyone else skip that station when it's that week, and they're always talking about like, we need 5 more people, we need 4 more people, we need, like, I'd listen like one day and then I just go to a different radio station. Although these days I just listen to Amazon Music. Anyways, figure out a way to come up with $47. And if that is going to hold you back this round, no, we're going to be doing this again in about 16 weeks. And so if we're doing it again in 16 weeks, your goal is to figure out a way so $47 is not an obstacle that's holding you back, because $47 should not be holding you back from moving forward in your life. Okay. And can you do this on your own? Yes. Make it a very easy goal. Okay. And also find someone who can literally link arms with you during this, because the biggest problem I find with having other like accountability people is if they fall off the wagon, then you're stuck, right? And then, or if they have something going on in their life and you're like, but we're supposed to talk about our goals this week, right? And so it's easy to then be like, okay, well, we can talk next week. That's why I love that I can offer you that accountability, because you don't have to worry about it. Like, it doesn't matter what I have going on in my life. You paid for accountability. By golly, you're going to get the accountability. You don't have to worry about me because I'm here for you. Okay. You paid for it. And sometimes when we're good natured people, we're like, well, I don't want to bug her. I don't want to bug her. By golly, you paid for it. You get your money's worth. Okay. And so know that. And again, then you don't have to apologize for it or tiptoe around it. Be like, hey, this is what I got going on. Doesn't matter what you got going on. I mean, you don't have to say that, but I want you to think that in your head. Like, listen, yeah, she might have stuff going on. If you've watched my story or whatever, things going on with my sister, but that ain't stopping me from helping you. I'm still going to be helping you. Okay. And so do not feel like, I don't know what I was saying. Basically, that's another reason why you should use me as the accountability person. But regardless, if you really, 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 really can't, that should be your number one goal. Figuring out how to make more money or find time to make more money. Here, let's do a quick list of things to help you make money. Direct sales is number one on my list because it's easy. It's Christmas time. Everyone's going to be shopping regardless. And so find something that you love and sign up to make some extra money. I know I have a lot of coaching clients that they actually use the money that they bring in from their direct sales business. That's what they use to pay for the Success Lounge, pay for the group coaching, pay for the one-on-one coaching, because it is helping them continue to move forward. It's an investment into their future. So direct sales is a big one. Uber driving, Instacart, like all of those things. Like, think of just a side gig. Sometimes we got to get scrappy. Also look at what you can eliminate. Go without cable. Go through your, if you have a cell phone, look at what those things, like, can you lower your plan? Do you need that much data? Look at some of those things that you are paying for and eliminate some if you can. Maybe you're already in direct sales and that money is going to certain things. Is there any of those things that can be eliminated? So many times people in direct sales are not paying attention to where their money is going, and they have all these things they're paying for that are not necessary. All right. So look at some of those things. Are you buying stuff at the Dollar Tree for gifts and stuff for those that purchase from you? Can you eliminate some of that? Also, like, do an audit over that, because more than likely you have a Your Way cube like I do. I still have a Your Way cube full of junk that I bought to give away at parties. I still have it because I never ended up mailing it. I got really cute water bottles, but nobody wants, like, I don't want to mail it because it's bulky. Anyways, just know, like, direct sales is great. DoorDash, Poshmark, like, look at different things that you can do to create more income. I'm trying to think of like an extra part-time job. There's a lot of places that are hiring. Although if it was me, I would choose direct sales over like working at the mall because it's more flexible and it's based on your schedule. So donate plasma. That seems so extreme, but it's helpful for others as well. So it's like you're doing two good things. You're getting money for yourself and you're helping someone who needs the plasma. If you got a Cricut, you want to make bracelets, make some earrings, make t-shirts, like think about what your skills are, what